Jamaica be crazy, that's right, as the Reggae Boys will take on Guatemala in the opening day in the Gold Cup. Will they get off to the best possible start, or will there be an upset? We're going to take a look at that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look at, of course, the Gold Cup. Jamaica taking on Guatemala. Will they get off to the best possible start, or will we see an upset to cause ramifications across the group? We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. And if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button. One-stop shop for Gold Cup, World Football, Blackburn Rovers. We've got it all here under one rooski. That's right, Jamaica. Guatemala is the match. Of course, it's coming at you in a spicy-looking group. That's right. We'll talk about the group more in a second. But let's focus on the Reggae Boys right here, right now, who are in the home dugout, coming at you as winners of the preliminary round. Secured the spot just the other day, or just the other month, back on the 25th of March. They've been here 14 times in the current rendition of the Gold Cup, 16 times in total. Their last was back in 2023. They have not been, not achieved total success. Their best ever was a runners-up spot back in 2015 and 2017. But I think this could be a year to change that. Yes, I have gone quarterfinal expectation for Jamaica, but that all depends on what other things go on, because things are changing in the CONCACAF and quite rapidly. So I'll elaborate on that in a minute. Anyway, 63rd ranked in the world are Jamaica, and of course these are some of the personnel that could be involved. Again, the squad snapshot was taken before the current international window, where they had the World Cup qualifiers going on. So this squad will be reduced, maybe even changed to depending on what Steve McLaren's got in his foresight. By the way, Andre Blake likely to stick around. The likes of Carl Ming there. We got Mason Holgate, Ethan Pinnock, Amari Bell looking for a club right now after his release from Luton Town. Leon Bailey, Bobby Dakova Reed, Casey Palmer, Ravel Morrison as well. Into the forward lines, Antonio, Damari Gray, with the likes of Tyrese Campbell from Charlton, fresh off the back of his a promotion from for Charlton to the Championship. This is a lineup we could see for the Reggae Boys with a 4-1-3-1 formation. Weight between the sticks: Lay, King, Bernard, Lambisca, Anderson, Dixon, Palmer, Reed, Nicholson, Safinas. I doubt it'd be that, but definitely some players will feature from that 11, you would imagine. But not what I would go from looking at that roster. This squad will be a little bit more competitive, the final rendition. Anyway, coming out in Group C, Jamaica will take on Guatemala first and foremost on June 16th. That's Monday. Then, of course, focus switches to Guadalupe on June the 20th. And then they wrap it up with a tasty one against Panama. Basically, you would imagine to top spot. If you get top spot, Jamaica, that quarterfinal berth is gone. You're going far. You're going to go semi-finals. And who even knows, you might win the whole bloody thing. Anyway, standing in the way, though, is Guatemala. And they ain't no slouches, guys. They're coming at you as preliminary round winners as well. So good the spot. Also on the 25th of March, 2025. They've been here 13 times in the current rendition, 21 times in the old rendition included. The last time was back in 2023. They finished 4th in the current rendition back in 1996. They were champions back in 1967. They're currently ranked 106th in the world. Expectation, though, is group exit for Guatemala before we even kick the ball. This is a squad, or a likely squad, for Guatemala. The likes of Nicholas Hagan between the sticks. The likes of Kevin Ruiz, Nicholas Samayoa, Aaron Herrera as well. Moving into midfield, the likes of Oscar Santos. We've got Pedro Altan. We've got Matthew Evans as well. And up top, likes of Mendez Lang, Rubio Rubian, and Damian Riviera as well. Let's take a look then at a lineup, or 11, that could feature for Guatemala. Likes of Hagan between the sticks. Herrera, Rosales, Pinto, Samayoa, Morales, Munoz, Altan, Franco, Santos, and Ruben as well. No Mendez Lang in that lineup, which is, of course, a little bit surprising. And these guys have just played in the World Cup qualifiers. It was a quite convincing victory for Jamaica, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But they do it all again, maybe a little bit more different approach this time for Guatemala. And again, the game kicks place on the 16th of June, which is a Monday. Guatemala then take on Panama, and then they wrap it up against Guadalupe on June the 24th. Top two go through, 4 points probably needed. But Jamaica, yeah, they did beat them quite handsomely, 3-0 in that match, of course. So a very, very sticky situation. Guatemala need to get back on track here. Coming out of the Dignity Health Sports Park, Steve McLaren, the coach there for Jamaica, just won defeat in the last 6, 75% form for them. Up against Guatemala under Luis Kenya there, just 1 defeat in the last 4. That 1 defeat was the last match against these guys. Back in the 8 times they played since 2003, 6 wins for Jamaica, 1 win for Guatemala. There's been 1 draw, picking up a 1.88 goals a game on average for Jamaica and 0.75 goals a game on average for Guatemala. The voters out there, of course, Jamaica looking ready, hot to drop favourites. The bookies also agree with that. 2017 on for Jamaica, 31-10 is your wayside, which is Guatemala, and 5-2 is, of course, the draw. What about me then? Of course, that result there from in the qualifiers has given me some food for thought, because ultimately the World Cup is the most important. Jamaica, just like Panama, just like Costa Rica, have got to do it the hard way to get into the World Cup. They haven't got a gift like Mexico, Canada, and USA. They've got to do it the hard way. And I think that takes precedence. I think Jamaica might take it easy in this competition, especially in this match. But I'm going to back them. I'm going to go with a similar scoreline, 3-1 win for Jamaica to give themselves a massive, fantastic start and put them in command in the group, which does include Panama later on down the road. But that's it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this. Of course, the Gold Cup, your Jamaica boys, your Guatemala hopes and dreams. Let me know down below. But we look forward to seeing you when we return. Till then, we're done.